In this project, I combined the theoretical research and the artistic practice to explore the meaning of the dreams. I also wonder whether artistic expression can cross the limits of the language and create new possibilities for cross-cultural communication. I create an experimental website for this project, and I hope you can follow my perspective and think with me. And now let's start the exploring. For most of people, dreams are just fleeting illusions that are not worth to do deep research on that. Even Flores' dream theories have always been controversial. But in recent years, recurring dreams filled with anxiety have become a major part of my emotional experience. This led me to develop a strong interest in this topic, and I began to wonder, could these seemingly unreal dreams contain some kind of meaning? As an illustration student, I want to use an artistic perspective to find meaning and inspirations in those dreams that seemed meaningless. For that, I read extensively about dream psychology and also joined some art healing workshops about dreams. I found that most of therapists use language to guide us into meditation, allowing images to appear in our minds. After that, they asked us to describe our experience also in words. However, during this process, I realized that when other team members describe their feelings only using the language, it's often difficult for me to fully resonate. But when I look at their paintings, the colors and the lines can immediately show in their emotions. This experience made me realize that the language itself inevitably carries cultural biases and limitations. As soon as we use words to describe our dreams, they are already being reshaped by the narrative. So I began to wonder, could dreams themselves be a kind of symbolic visual language that goes beyond different cultures and linguistic systems? It communicates with us through images, emotions, and metaphors in a nonlinear way. So I did quite a lot of research on language and narrative. During this period, I realized that no one shared exactly the same experiences, so each person inevitably tells the story of the world in a different way. These differences are especially pronounced in cross cultural situations. Different languages and cultural backgrounds shape different narrative frameworks, leading people to interpret the same event or symbol in different ways. Many real world conflicts also come from these narrative differences. So, if there's any way to bridge these differences and allow people from different backgrounds to understand each other. With this question in mind, I turned my attention to artistic practice. I researched on many artists' work and found quite lots of artworks that about dreams are linked to surrealism. Surrealist artists present the subconscious directly in their works in order to explore the shared human psyche beneath our rational exterior. Compared with language-based description, this form of expression can more directly touch the audiences. Throughout different eras and regions, people have explored the relationship between reality and the subconscious through the dreams. This kind of dreamlike artistic expression seems to provide us with a shared emotional space that goes beyond the language. People from different cultural backgrounds, even if they don't share a language, can still derive common emotional experiences from the real arts. Of course, art cannot eliminate all the differences, but it provides a window. When we look at the same dream painting, it gives us a chance to step outside our own context and feel someone else's inner world. This allows us to become aware of our different narratives and encourage us to try to understand others' perspectives. My own illustration practice also responds to these ideas. In both my illustration and printmaking works, I've experimented with a nonlinear method to visualize my dreams. Here, I also designed an interactive game to explore the possibility of visualizing text. You can freely move the words around and rearrange them however you like. In the future, I hope to keep improving this website into a visual communication platform that's centered on dreams. On this platform, you can upload your own dream illustrations, and all the works will be collaged onto a shared canvas, creating a cross-cultural image-based communication space. I understand that this cannot completely remove the barriers between the language and the culture, but I hope that through this website, they can realize how different languages and cultures influence our narrative perspectives and ways of understanding. In real-life conversations, perhaps they will be able to listen and understand others with a more open and inclusive way. For now, if you have any suggestions or if you would like to share your own dreams or artworks, please feel free to contact me via the email. This is my external project. I chose the Kit Record one. In the early stage, I selected several representative tracks and used the Touch Designer to create a series of music visualization sketches. And then I tried to recombine these sketches together and completed the final outcome by following the rhythm and the flow of the music. Through this process, I hope to respond to the experimental and constantly evolving nature of matter. This is my IPS poster. In Unit 9, I proposed 3 research directions: dream psychology, sociolinguistics, and the semiotics. I'm only focused on the first 2 in the Unit 9, so in next project, I plan to develop the semiotics part further. Semiotics suggests that the symbols can serve as a bridge between the conscious and the unconscious. This idea is very important to my works, and I want to understand how the images can carry emotions and meanings that are hard to express in words. And for the further practice, I plan to combine illustration with some other materials like ceramics to explore more ways of visualizing subconscious symbols. The reason I choose ceramics is as a 3-dimensional medium, it could show different images and layers of light and shadow when viewed from different angles. This kind of feature reminds me of the structure of the subconscious. Through continuous testing and experimentation, I hope that my works could develop their own visual languages during this process.